right. So Alright guys, let's continue. So if you can hear me, just let me know in the comments you can hear me clearly if there are no distractions. If you can hear me clearly, just let me know so that we continue. Alright, clearly you can hear me. Sure. So let's continue. Okay, so we are just analyzing some pairs, and if you have any pair you would like me to analyze, whether on Twitch or on YouTube, you can just type it there, and after I'm done analyzing this pair, I'll analyze that one also. So the first pair on the list today is GBP USD. GBP USD. So on GBP USD, I'm starting from the monthly time frame. And let me okay. On the monthly time frame, I have my monthly upper zone here and my monthly lower zone here. So on the monthly time frame, price is clearly moving to the upside like this. Price is moving to the upside. So if price is moving to the upside as a swing trader, what you are going to do is you are going to be looking for buying opportunity as you go through the lower time frame. But you should take note that when price is moving, even though price is moving to the upside, it does not move in a straight line. It goes to the upside, creating a higher high, then comes back down for a higher low, higher high, and higher low. That's how it moves. So just yesterday, we closed full take profit on GBP USD, which was enough for the day. So, starting today, we are going to be looking for new opportunities on GBP USD, and we are still looking for buying opportunity as usual. So, let's go to the weekly. So, on the weekly time frame, here we are on the weekly time frame. I have my weekly upper zone here, midway zone here, and my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly time frame, like we saw on the monthly, price is moving to the upside. So if price is moving to the upside on the weekly time frame, you are going to still be looking for buying opportunity. But you should take note that price is at a resistance zone, and we do not sell at resistance. We sell at demand and buy at no, we buy at demand and sell at resistance. But since we are looking for buying opportunity and the market is already at a resistance zone, what you are going to do is you are going to wait for the market to come to the demands to come to a demand zone before we buy. So where exactly are we going to buy from if the market was to come back for a demand zone? That's what you are going to be looking for as you go to the lower time frame. So here we are, you switch to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, I have my daily midway zone here and my daily lower zone here. So on the daily chart, you can see that price has broken out of this daily midway zone here. This was previously a supply zone, and after price broke out of it, now it becomes a demand. Since price broke out of this supply zone here, now we have a demand. So on the weekly, I said price was at a resistance, and we can't buy at a resistance. So we have to wait for price to get to a demand. So the demand we are going to be waiting for will be this demand zone here, because price has broken out of it and will come back. And another reason why we will be waiting for that demand zone is because whenever price breaks out of a strong supply or a strong demand, it always comes back for a retest. So if price has broken out of this valid supply, then we have to expect a retest, and upon the retest, then we are going to buy on GBP USD. So let's go to the 4 hour and prepare for GBP USD. So currently price is already at the resistance here. So what you are going to do is wait for price to come back for a retest, and as usual, we can't take the first TP that comes. You have to take the next one if you want to know why don't target the first tip, you are target the second one. There's a video in the channel that will talk about it, or even almost all the videos that I do, I talk about them. So you can just watch, switch to any of them, and you can get to understand why I won't target the nearest zone. So this is where you are going to buy from on GBP USD and expect the market to give us something like this. So that's how we are going to buy GBP. We just have to wait for price to come to our zone. When price comes, we wait for a candle confirmation, and the candle confirmation can be a bullish engulfing, a morning, a bullish engulfing, a morning star, or a significant pin bar, and sometimes also we can get a teaser top. Any of these candles is enough to take a buy on GBP USD. To take a buy on GBP USD. Whoa. So that's that on GBP USD. If you have any pair, any question you want to ask, any pair you have for me to analyze, you can just drop it in the comment and I'll take care of that for you. Alright, so that's that on GPUSD. Let's move on to the next pair. I had a couple of pairs for pre-market analysis. So okay, let's look at NZDUSD. NZDUSD. Okay, so NZDUSD also, we took this trade on Wednesday. That was last week Wednesday, and we hit TP today. We hit TP today when the market opened. So what you are going to do is look for another opportunity on NZD USD. You are going to be looking for another opportunity on NZD USD. I'm going to look for another opportunity. So let's first of all delete this. The setup, everything is still clear, so there's no need to delete anything. So on NZD USD, let's start from the monthly time frame. So this is NZD USD from the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper zone here, midway zone here, and the monthly lower zone here. On the monthly time frame, price is moving to the upside, right? Price is moving to the upside. So if price is moving to the upside, what you are going to do is you are going to be looking for buying opportunity. You're going to be looking for buying opportunity to the upside because price is moving to the upside. So what you do is we'll go to the weekly time frame and see what the weekly chart will give us. Then we switch to the lower time frame until we get to the entry time frame and look for a buying opportunity over there. So here we are on the weekly time frame, and on the weekly time frame I have my weekly upper zone here, midway zone here and my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly time frame, we see price is still moving to the upside. Last week's candle was massive. It was very massive over here. So yes, we await more massive move this week. So there's not really much to say on the weekly also. So I'll go to the daily. Yeah. Okay. So on the daily time frame, there's we've already marked all the zones on the weekly. So what I'll do is here was a resistance. Okay. Let me go back to the weekly chart again. Okay. All right. Come to the daily and mark the daily rather. All right. So on the daily, I have my daily midway zone here. So on the daily time frame, we see same thing we saw on GBP USD. Same pattern we saw on GPUSD is the exact same thing we are seeing on NZD right here. So you see, here was previously a supply, but when the market got here for the third time, it broke it to the upside. And I said something earlier, whenever the market breaks out of a valid supply or a valid demand zone, it always comes back for a retest. Then after the retest, you start going in the rightful direction. So if we know that, all we have to do is wait for price to come back for a retest. After the retest, then we buy again on NZD USD. So that is exactly what you are going to do. But let's go to the 4 hour and see how we are going to prepare for that. So here on the 4 hour, price has already broken out of the zone nicely. So we are going to wait for price to come back for a retest. After the retest, we get our candle confirmation. Then we buy on NZD USD all the way to the upside. So on NZD USD, this is how we are going to buy. This is how we are going to buy. Just all you have to do is wait for price to come back for a retest. And after getting the retest, then we buy all the way to the upside on NZD USD. Buy all the way to the upside on NZD USD. So that's that on NZD USD. Guys, if you are here and you are watching, you are enjoying my life, share the link with your other colleagues so they can also join. You might get some useful tips from here and also help them change their forest trading career. All right, so we've done JPUSD and NZDUSD. Let me see which pair I have on the list for next. Okay, I have NZDJPY, but I believe if you are in the signal group, I already sent out a signal on NZDJPY.
It in
Um,
the comment and I'll take care of that for you.
all right, let's continue. So The pair I have on the list is NZD-JPY. So let's look at NZD-JPY. All right, NZD-JPY. So I already sent out a signal on NZD-JPY, but I'm going to explain to you why we are taking this buy on NZD-JPY and we are not taking a sell. Because if you watch closely, the market has been selling for a couple of hours, or yeah, a day, days. The market has been very, very strong, but I'm going to explain to you why we are buying. So let me just start. Let me just do a top-down analysis, starting from the monthly chart all the way to the 4 hour, which is where I pick the entry from the monthly chart. All right. So on NZD-JPY, I have my monthly upper zone here, midway zone here, and my monthly lower zone here. So on NZD-JPY, watching it from the monthly time frame all the way, I can tell you that the market is in a bullish structure, right? The market is bullish. Okay, let me explain it in this way. So previously, the market was in a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low. The price went up for a lower high. After the lower high started dropping, but failed to continue dropping to the right downside, but rather it broke out of this resistance going to the upside, creating a new high. After the high, we saw a low. The low couldn't break below this low, but rather it closed here and price went up again. So after this move, you are seeing a higher high. So after the higher high, we saw a higher low. After the higher low, we should expect a new higher high, because that is what the market has been forming from here to here to here. And we expect the same thing to come in again. So if that's what you are expecting, a higher high, then all we have to do is looking start looking for buying opportunity on NZD-JPY until we see a new higher high. After the higher high, then we should expect a higher low to come in before the next higher high. But now the market is now going to form the higher high. So what you are going to do is you are going to look for buying opportunities to join the move to create the new higher high. Okay. If I'm talking fast or you are not understanding anything that I'm saying, you can just let me know in the this comment and I will address it. So that's that on the monthly. I'll go over to the weekly chart, and on the weekly I have my weekly upper zone here and my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly, I'll clearly say the market will go to the upside because of how this candle formed over here. First, we saw a morning star. After the morning star, a very strong bullish candle closing above all these zones. Closing above all these zones. That shows strong level of buy pressure. Strong level of buy pressure. So what I'll do is I'll wait and I'll go to the daily time frame and see what price is doing over there. Then I'll decide where to buy from. So I'll go to the daily, and on the daily, it's showing clearly the price broke out of this zone, and there's a chance that price will come down here for a retest, because when price broke out of here, it hasn't come back, so you should come back for a retest before we go to the upside. But I'll go to the 4 hour and explain to you why I took the entry, over there. Okay, so if you watch here closely on the 4 hour, I have here my 4 hour midway zone. So on the 4 hour, what I'm seeing is a series of higher high, higher low, higher high. And if you are watching higher high, higher low, the market always comes back for a retest at the higher high, at the previous higher high. So when the market came, this was the previous higher high. So the market will then come, tap into it, then boom, upside. That is the traditional way of the market. So if you are here or you are in the WhatsApp community, you haven't taken this buy, what I'll tell you is the movement hasn't started yet, so you can actually enter again with the same stop loss and take profit and everything intact. If you are here and also you don't know me, I go by the name Podoski, and this is my analysis on NZDJPY. I'm a swing trader, so all the analysis I do are swings. I Because I teach people, I know how to day trade, I know how to scalp, and I know how to position. But swing trading is what I do for myself. But I teach others how to do the day trading, the scalping, and the position trading. I do it myself sometimes, but why I do that is because not everyone wants to be a swing trader like me. Even though there are people that are willing to learn from me, but not all of them are willing to be swing traders. So, as a mentor, as someone who is teaching others, I have to also go and learn how to day trade, how to scalp, in order for me to teach people that are willing to learn from me. So that's how I also learned how to day trade and scalp and also position. But swing trading is what I've been doing since day one, and is what I'll continue doing. It's what I'll continue doing. So we've done a couple of pairs tonight, and it looks like we've analyzed pairs of late. We've analyzed a lot of pairs. So if you have any pair you want me to analyze, just drop them in the comment section and we are good to go. Guys, any pair you like me to analyze? Any pair at all? Yeah, I had this one pair I wanted to analyze. Yeah, I think it's 100. Yeah, it's not 100. Yeah. I'll explain something to you guys. Okay, so this is 100. So previously the analysis was I wanted the market to come to this zone, then I'll buy. But I'll explain why I wanted to buy from there in a moment. I wanted the market to come to the zone, then I'll buy. But what happened was, as the market opened, it opened with a gap. So as the gap opened, then the market came to that zone and never. But how the candle also closed, I didn't like it. So I'm going to explain how I will be waiting to take a buy on NAS 100, because I'm not going to miss any move. So I'll explain to you guys how I'm going to take the buy. So let's start from the monthly time frame. Okay, guys. So this NAS 100 on the monthly time frame. So from the monthly time frame, I have the my monthly upper zone here, midway zone here, and my monthly lower zone here. Then I have a monthly lower zone also. So from the monthly time frame, price is actually moving to the upside. Price has been bullish on NAS 100 on no, let me say it this way. Price has been bullish on almost all the indices. All indices pairs, price has been bullish on them for decades now. Price has been bullish on indices for decades now. So indices are like safe haven. They are safe assets for all those big banks, those big traders and all that. They are safe for investors and all people, all kinds of people. So indices have been bullish for decades now. So as a swing trader, I don't look for sales on NAS 100. I don't look for sales on indices. I'm only looking for buy, and that's why I'm also going to be looking for a buy on NAS 100. So from the monthly time frame, you see prices has broken out of this monthly supply, making it a demand, and there hasn't been a retest there. So you can only hope for price to continue going to the upside. So what you do is you go to the weekly time frame on NAS 100, and on the weekly time frame I have my weekly upper zone here and my weekly lower zone here. So on the weekly time frame, price is on the weekly time frame price is ranging. So what you are going to do is price going to break out to the outside or come back down again to before the price starts going to the outside. So what you are going to do is we go to the daily time frame and see what price is doing over there and see if we can also get our buying opportunity. So on the daily time frame on NAS 100, I have my daily mid lower zone here and my daily upper zone here. So from the daily time frame, price is actually moving to the upside. So if price is moving to the upside, what you are going to do is you are going to look for buying opportunity. As we said on the monthly, you are still going to be looking for buying opportunity. You are still going to be looking